It was the great Janet Jackson who said, "What have you done for me lately?" And lately, Tommy Vext has been nothing but a steaming pile of dog shit. He goes through the whole run where he's accused of fucking up his girlfriend. Then he gets with some internet famous chick, fucks her for a second. That ends up in shambles. And now here he is, the latest news. He's come out. He was at FitCon. One of the big festivals of the year, FitCon. FitCon isn't even a music festival. It's like a fucking weightlifting festival. I mean, I would bet anything that Tommy Vext was booked to play the show as much because he has muscles than anything. Because, I mean, when I had gone and looked up, I guess, the announcement on the FitCon website, and the image was this big hulking, like, here's Tommy Vext, big muscle motherfucker. And really, it said nothing else. This is a guy who used to headline arena shows. Thousands and thousands of people. Here he is on tape at FitCon in front of what looks to be like, I don't know, maybe 50 people. I'm trying to not short sell it. In the video, there's some videos posted of his rant against his former bandmates and really various things that we'll get into here in a second. To me, it looks like 25, 30 people, but at some point there's a cheering. It sounds like, that could be 50 motherfuckers. I don't know. But he comes out, there are all these motherfuckers there to lift weights and watch people lift weights and talk about lifting weights. And here you got this guy in between songs. He was going on long fucking diatribes about politics and his ex-band members and all this various shit. Somebody, thank God, was recording. Here, I'll give him a shout out. jbloodfitness.demo.crew is the man who recorded and posted these. And like I said, it's Tommy Vext up on stage at FitCon and in front of a sparse crowd. It's like there'll be a few people going ape shit, and then they're just like confused, and then I don't know. Anyways, let's take a listen to Tommy Vext, well, in his own words, and then we'll talk about it. Here we go.
And they're fucking frauds. And these guys had the nerve to try to oust me from my own company because I supported the President of the United States of America, and they fucking didn't like that. And guess what? Fuck you. That's my answer, okay? Now, in the meantime, these fucking clown asshats got some fucking no-name singer, and they're re-recording the entire new album that I wrote in the studio with my producer during COVID. Recorded 3 albums last year. And the record label will not allow me to release my music. So Better Noise Records is holding all of my music and refusing to let it go unless I give them the rights to the name Bad Wolves, which they do not have.
And the Bad Wolves had announced that they hired Dan D.L. Laskiewicz. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. He is a no-name singer. He's apparently been in some other band. He is generally a no-name singer, but I mean, you're already seeing the arrogance peeking out of this motherfucker because who the fuck was he when he started with the Bad Wolves? It's not like he was some big star. And it's not even like the Bad Wolves have gotten that big. If you took 10 motherfuckers off the street and you said, tell me who the Bad Wolves are, how many of those motherfuckers do you think could tell you? Like, at best, you're going to get like, oh, they're the zombie guys. They do the zombie song. That's the best you're going to get out of maybe, what? My guess is like 2 motherfuckers, 2 out of 10. That might even be generous. That it's possible nobody would know who the fuck they are. So yeah, it's not like it's not like somebody has to come in and take over for, Mick Jagger or some bullshit like that. Or like, I'm the new singer of Judas Priest or some shit. There's not big shoes to fill in terms of Tommy Vext. Can you do karaoke, buddy? Can you do metal karaoke? You're fucking hired. This guy, he looks tough. I'm looking at a picture of him right now. He's got neck tattoos. He actually kind of looks like just white Tommy Vext. I'd like to see their tattoos side by side. It even almost looks like the same fucking tattoos. Jesus. Anyways, so he's a no-name, but I mean, what the fuck? You're going to bring in like Phil Anselmo or something to replace you? Some all-time great? And I mean, for a guy in Tommy Vext who claims to be so goddamn brilliant, it seems like he knows nothing of like what a record deal is. we see it over and over and over again. And he's certainly not the first motherfucker to get into a record contract and not know what he was signing and all that shit. But he's the genius. He's the genius who's figured everything out in the world. And you should try to pattern your life after him because he's so goddamn great.
But they don't want to give me anything for it. And this shit is crazy. This is the music. This is why I, did Vext. I don't want to be a part of that industry. I don't want to fucking deal with any of that bullshit anymore. All I give a shit about is coming out here and playing shows for you guys and giving you guys a few moments of fucking peace to have a good time so we can come together and enjoy music. And the fucked up thing is, all these big tours, all these fucking massive arena tours and all these big rock bands, dude, the people who are running that, they look at you and they think you're fucking animals. They think you're sheep. These fucking psychotic liberals in these main big cities in America.
This is just like highly, highly naive. And maybe, when you're in a down position, you might go to shit like this because you're so goddamn desperate. He says, I want to come out here and just give you guys a few moments of peace. Then play your fucking set and go away, asshole. Like, I need to hear long fucking political diatribes in between every jam. Who wants that? Who even looks for that? No, dude, yeah, the band's okay. I mainly come for the political diatribes. Nobody gives a fuck. That was the beef I had with OTEP. Like, in between songs, there would be like fucking 10 minutes of poetry. Shit. Like, let's just can you rock out, please?
Put you one-time ticket. What the fuck?
I'm here to give you some fucking peace. And then he says, these people who run these big shows, they don't care about you. Why the fuck? If I'm putting on a festival of tens of thousands of people, in some cases hundreds of thousands of people, why do I give a fuck about anyone individually? How does business work that way? That's why the festivals are where they are, and you're playing to 30 motherfuckers at FitCon. That's a stupid fucking thing for a middle-aged guy to be saying. If he was 22, 23, okay, you're idealistic, I get it. Bro, you're in your 30s. You should fucking know by now how shit goes. Oh, dude, the big corporations don't care about you individually. Of course they don't. How could they? Grow the fuck up, bro. These big corporations don't care about you. Okay, true. And what? Now here you are at FitCon.
These main big cities in America think that we're like batteries to be used and thrown aside. And the time has come for us to fucking stand up and stop paying these motherfuckers and giving them money for their bullshit because they don't give a fuck about us. They don't give a fuck about our children. They don't give a fuck about the Constitution. And all they give a shit about is power. And it's got to stop. Ladies and gentlemen, this song is a protest anthem, and I think it's rightly so that we play it right now. This song is called Zombie.
So Tommy Vext is the guy who talks about how he has these ideas and that's why people are down on him or whatever. When you hear these far-right guys go apeshit, it is almost word for word the same. So, I mean, it's just, these aren't your ideas, dude. Does he even know that? I really question this guy's mental health, and it becomes disconcerting because you see how far this guy has fallen, and he continues. I mean, really, if you're somebody who's trying to get this message over, you need the biggest platform possible. You do no good preaching to people who all believe what you believe. Because, I mean, that's an echo chamber. It's five motherfuckers agreeing with each other. How is that going to change anything? You know what I'm saying? You need to have the biggest platform possible. So now here you are, you've sunken this far, and half your show is political rhetoric. Why don't you play your fucking... Actually, they're not your hits. They're other motherfuckers' hits. Why don't you play other motherfuckers' hits and try to work your way back up the ladder, then have something to say? He's like, these big cities, everybody with the big cities. What do you intend to do with the big cities? Should we burn them down and just everybody live in the woods? Like, what is your end game? Well, these big cities are crazy. Okay, and what? It's you know, I live here in Houston, the fourth largest city in the United States of America, and sometimes you do feel like, you know, roaches on a turd where you're just, you know, you're crawling over each other. But at the same time, that's what the city is, dude. What do you want to do about it? The reason the cities vote the way they vote is because they're educated. When the kid in your small town, they don't want to stay in your piece of shit small town. And oh, dude, I'm gonna make the dog food factory the best it's ever been. Fuck no. Soon as that kid gets 18, they're getting the fuck out and going somewhere where they can have a life, where you could have your own thoughts and not just get the shit pummeled out of you. I don't get what the beef is with the cities, other than the fact that, I mean, that's where the jobs are, that's where the money is, that's where the fucking chicks are. That's where everything is. Why would you want to go fucking hang out in the woods with dumb fucks? I graduated 6th grade. Why do I want to hang out with that motherfucker? No. And he says, at some point we have to stand up and stop paying these motherfuckers. Who are you referring to? These motherfuckers. What if you were one of the 30 people listening at FitCon, what would you have me do? There's no call to action. You're bloviating. You're just saying shit to hear yourself talk. And there'll be like 5 freaks in the back going ape shit. And that makes you think that, hey man, this is, I'm going to keep fucking pushing forward. I'm really changing the world. He goes on this long deal, and it's a lead in to some other motherfucker song. He wrote this motherfucker. He's like, and this is a song of protest. Zombie was a protest song about killing Irish kids in the fucking street. You're mad that the fucking record label won't give you the songs you wrote under contract for them. And you're mad that it's not cool to fucking beat up chicks, allegedly. I mean, he's such a fucking drama queen.